The Oval Office showdown, a fractured alliance and the fight to repair it. The air in the Oval Office crackled with tension. The meeting, intended to forge a stronger US-Ukraine alliance, instead devolved into a public spectacle of acrimony, a jarring display between the leaders of two nations historically bound by ties of friendship and mutual strategic interest. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, fresh from a grueling war against Russian aggression, found himself on the receiving end of a blistering rebuke from President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, accused of recklessly playing with the very brink of global conflict. The accusations, hurled across the presidential desk, painted Zelenskyy as a reckless gambler, jeopardizing world peace for personal gain. The fallout was immediate and seismic. Hours later, a visibly shaken but resolute Zelenskyy appeared on Fox News, his carefully crafted composure strained. He acknowledged the meeting's disastrous trajectory, conceding that the public display of discord was detrimental to both nations. It was not good for either side, he admitted, his voice carrying a weight of disappointment and a flicker of defiance. He defended his actions, his tone measured yet firm, explaining the precarious position Ukraine finds itself in, caught in the vice of a brutal war that has ravaged its land and people for 3 long years. The minerals deal, the central point of contention, he explained, was not a gamble, but a calculated step toward securing vital security guarantees from the U.S., a crucial element in negotiating a ceasefire with Russia. The stakes, he emphasized, couldn't be higher. The fallout from the explosive meeting reverberated across the globe. European leaders, staunch allies of Ukraine, swiftly rallied around Zelenskyy, reaffirming their unwavering support for the embattled nation. Their pronouncements stood in stark contrast to the chorus of approval emanating from Trump's inner circle, who lauded the president's actions as a bold display of America First pragmatism. This stark divergence of opinion highlighted a deep chasm in geopolitical strategy, exposing the fragility of alliances forged in times of shared threat. Zelenskyy's visit to Washington was far from a mere diplomatic courtesy. It represented a desperate plea for help, a lifeline in a protracted and devastating war. He had hoped to secure concrete commitments from the U.S., leveraging the minerals deal as a key bargaining chip to achieve a sustainable ceasefire, a prospect seemingly further diminished by the acrimonious encounter. The deal itself, a complex arrangement involving the extraction and sale of valuable minerals, was framed by Zelenskyy as a necessary step towards achieving broader economic stability and providing a platform for reconstruction. He argued that financial stability and the security guarantees that accompanied it were intrinsically linked to Ukraine's ability to negotiate effectively with Russia. The ensuing media frenzy focused intensely on the perceived failings of both leaders. Critics pointed to Trump's impulsive demeanor and the perceived lack of diplomatic finesse, questioning the wisdom of publicly berating a foreign leader amidst a global crisis. Others argued that Zelenskyy's pursuit of the minerals deal was too aggressive and had alienated a key ally. The narrative quickly became polarized, dividing opinions along partisan lines, while the core issue, the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, seemed to fade into the background. Despite the apparent damage to the US-Ukraine relationship, Zelenskyy remains optimistic about the possibility of reconciliation. He emphasized the enduring importance of the US-Ukraine partnership, stressing the shared values and strategic interests that bind the two nations. He expressed hope that the damage could be repaired, that dialogue could be restored, and that the broader goals of securing a ceasefire and achieving lasting peace could still be realized. The road to reconciliation, however, is fraught with challenges. The immediate future remains uncertain, as both leaders grapple with the fallout from a meeting that will undoubtedly be remembered as a turning point in a complex and volatile geopolitical landscape. The question remains, can the fractured relationship be salvaged, or will this public display of acrimony irrevocably damage the vital alliance between the US and Ukraine? Only time will tell.